Nurses have been caught in a shocking anti-Semitic tirade against an Israeli. In a video posted to TikTok, the pair can be heard bragging about killing and refusing to treat Israeli patients. The male nurse says that despite the Israelis'
Sick mother
lies, he will
effer.
be killed and sent to Jahannam, which effectively means hell. The female nurse says the Israeli will be killed because, quote, it's Palestine's country, not your country. Take a listen.
You know what? How are you, man?
Good, how are you, my man?
Pretty good. Are you a nurse, a doctor?
I'm a doctor, my man.
A doctor? For what?
In hospital. What about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Israel, from the whole land.
You know what? I'm gonna be really honest with you.
Alright.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. You actually got a really, really beautiful eyes.
Thank you,
But
man.
I'm so upset that you're Israeli. Like, eventually you're gonna get killed and you're gonna go to Jahannam, inshallah.
You
But
think-
like, these pretty eyes that should stay in this world for longer.
What do you
Like,
think?
I
Why
saw-
do you think I'm gonna get killed?
It's Palestine's country, not your
Hello.
country, you piece
How are
of
you?
shit.
What's your name?
One day,
One
one
day.
day, your time will come and you will die the most.
OMG.
Please spread
Listen to me.
peace.
Listen to me.
and
When
you
you-
spread.
when
These
your
two
time
people
comes-
up there,
How are you, doctors?
I mean, these two medical people should be in prison.
Okay, okay. Gotcha.
Take everything away from them.
Alright.
OMG. What the hell?
I have a question. Let's say an Israeli,
I
God
won't treat
forbid,
them. I won't treat them. I'll kill them.
you'll kill them? So if an Israeli is in Australia and God forbid something happened to him and he comes
Not
to your
God forbid,
hospital,
I hope to God.
would you kill him?
You have no idea how many Israeli dog came to this hospital and I sent them to Jahannam. I
For
literally
real?
sent them to Jahannam.
The nurses in the video are Ahmad Rashad Nadir and Sarah Abu Labdeh. They both work at Bankstown Hospital in southwest Sydney. The Premier of New South Wales confirmed the two were Sydney health workers and assured the public the two had been stood down. Health Minister Ryan Park had this to say.
They are vile, disgusting,
That's
and
vile.
deranged individuals. Well, I don't know what explanation
Sickening.
any of these individuals could possibly give that in any way would justify this disgusting, vile behaviour. I don't want to leave a slither of light to allow any of them to be able to think that they will ever work for New South Wales Health again.
The family of the female nurse reacted with fury when approached by journalists asking for answers on their daughter's comments.
While the family of the female nurse lashed out.
I'm on public comment. What do you have to say about the allegations that Sarah...
Becoming aggressive to journalists.
Hey, don't, mate, listen to me, brother, all right? Okay, I need my phone back.
A man identifying himself as her uncle, saying she's sorry.
No, she's not a threat. No, she would never be a threat.
An investigation is underway to determine whether any patients have been neglected or even murdered at the Bankstown Hospital. The latest rant comes in the wake of a sustained rise in anti-Semitism since Hamas's attack on Israel on 7th of October 2023
Time to
and
deport all those
ensuing war
people.
in Gaza. Brits have watched on uneasily as hundreds of thousands have regularly taken to the streets to demonstrate against
Time
the
to crack
war, which
down.
often include
Get them out of the
anti-Semitic
countries.
West Bank, Gaza!
We never have taken them in, ever. No. Sickening.
And just this week, a Labour MP has been suspended over anti-Semitic WhatsApp messages, in which he wished death on pensioners who don't vote Labour.
This is Oliver Ryan, who's the MP for Burnley. He's admitted he made comments that he deeply regrets and would not make today. But it's very alarming, isn't it, what we're hearing?
It is very alarming, and this flies in the face of what Keir Starmer said on the steps of Downing Street when he became Prime Minister, that he wants to restore government to that of public service. And it's alarming twofold that these views still exist within the Labour Party. Keir Starmer was very clear that when he took over from Jeremy Corbyn, he was going to root out anti-Semitism within the Labour Party. Going by this WhatsApp group, the anti-Semitism is still rife within parts of the Labour Party, and I think it also and misogyny as well. I think there's some very offensive remarks were made about the Deputy Leader the Labour Party, Angela Rayner. And then there are the comments, of course, made about constituents. And we know what people might think about politicians. People give their views about politicians all the time. But if you're a politician, you're there for public service. That's why you go into politics, to make, to try and improve the lives of your constituents. It has to be your first goal. And as this WhatsApp group seems to, the messages seem to come out, seem to hate your constituents, if you wish them to be dead, that I think is deeply damaging. Keir Starmer is going to be under pressure. Okay, Andrew Gwynn has been sacked as a minister. He's been suspended from the Labour Party. But is he really going to allow him back into the Labour Party to serve as a Labour MP? I think that's going to be a very difficult one for the Prime Minister. And I think what's likely to happen, not inevitable, but I think what's likely to happen is that he will have to he'll have to resign as an MP or be forced out as an MP, and that would trigger a by-election. Of course, after what happened in Runcorn, there's likely to be a by-election there. And if there's a by-election, I don't know how far this scandal will go, but if Oliver Ryan, the MP for Burnley, and we're expecting screenshots from this WhatsApp group to be released later this week. But Oliver Ryan, the MP for Burnley, if he goes
more vivid, Jews have been subjected to a three-dimensional assault on their selfhood, on their sense of identity, on their sense of sort of permission to exist in the world. Their links with their historic homeland have been questioned, their history has been undermined. They've been smeared and slurred as white supremacists, as genocide committers, as apartheid lovers, as baby killers. And we see that on a microcosmic level as well in our own Jewish communities in Britain and across Europe and the West, where Jews are being advised to hide expressions of their identity so they're not targeted, where they're subjected to vandalism, attack, murder even, thankfully not so far in Britain but elsewhere, and of course seeing things like hostage posters torn down. It really does feel like Jewish selfhood is under threat across the world, and it feels like we're being betrayed, because a lot of people stand with us in this country, but not enough. And certainly not enough people stand with us and are willing to raise their voices on our behalf, to say, if you attack the Jews, you're attacking me too, you're attacking Britain too, and everything that we stand for. I think that really leads me on to the idea of how the West has betrayed itself, because we've reached a point in the West where we've lost our own sense of confidence in ourselves, in our own identity as a proud liberal democracy that attracts wannabe migrants from all over the world because our tolerance, our way of life, our values, our quality of life is so attractive.